Hey, come on.
Va salute. This is Troy Pacelli of Last Call, and I'm just here to let you know that the following live stream is rated R for adult language, highly inappropriate jokes, and oh, who the are we kidding? We have no idea what is going to come out of Gorilla's mouth. Viewer discretion is advised.
Kick back, light up, let the good vibes flow. It's Gorilla Cigar Lounge, the place to go. Politics, nerds, and the good old days. Grab your drink, join the talk, let's set it ablaze. Welcome to the lounge where the smokes rise high, where we talk what matters, no sugar, no lie. From galaxy far away to the world outside, Gorilla Cigar Lounge where legends reside. Starships and memories, debates get real. We're saving the world with a mic and some seal. Laughs and wisdom, we're bringing the heat. So pull up a chair, you're in for a treat. Welcome to the lounge where the smokes rise high, where we talk what matters, no sugar, no lie. From galaxy far away to the world outside, Gorilla Cigar Lounge where legends reside. Starships and memories, debates get real. We're saving the world with a mic and some seal. Laughs and wisdom, we're bringing the heat. So pull up a chair, you're in for a treat. Welcome to the lounge where the smokes rise high, where we talk what matters, no sugar, no lie. From galaxy far away to the world outside, Gorilla Cigar Lounge where legends reside. So spark up that stove, let's start the show. At Gorilla Cigar Lounge, let the conversation flow.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to our Cigar Lounge, where tonight we're just gonna go for an hour or so, because I feel like to get some stuff.
Yeah,
I got some stuff to get done. So
that works out perfect because my boss is coming over to do some upgrades on the computer sometime later this week. And I've been cleaning the kitchen because it's a disaster area. So I made some good progress. I did make some good progress tonight after work, though. I've already filled a couple bags full of garbage. So, you know, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But yeah, man.
This was a lightsaber.
I need to get married or something. I need to have a good woman to help me clean my house.
no, what you're gonna get is, hey, get in there, clean that fucking shit up.
Oh, hey, I've told myself that enough times. After a while, though, you don't listen to yourself anymore. That's the problem.
Yeah,
right?
that's why for like I make out like a whole list and I break everything down into smaller tasks.
Mm-hmm.
It's because like if I could break it down into like little 5-minute or couple minute task, or even like 1 to 2 minute task, you know.
Oh yeah.
So often it makes me feel like I'm doing something.
Totally agree. With my ache and knees, I usually go for about 15 minutes on my feet before I got to take a break and sit down for a bit. So I basically break it down to 15, 20-minute chunks of time. So yep. But I can get a lot done. I can get a lot done in 15 minutes, actually. So, you know.
And Suzanne, welcome. So, is your volume working? Everything okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your sister from Saskatchewan.
Yeah, and hey, Scurvy, how's it going? Everybody else is on the panel here.
Hey, Lemon.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Lemon.
I'll join you, Lemon.
Hello, Sir Lemon. Good to see you.
Oh
no, we lost Suzanne again. Oh no. Come on back, Suze. Oh, do you want to read this one?
No, I'm not going to have Barry White playing when my boss.
You're my one. You're my love. My
She's here to
everything. Come on now.
she's here to set up some new security code or some crap, and no, that ain't going to happen. She's happily married with a family. That ain't going to happen, Lemon.
So no romantic interview, no one night stand.
Okay. Get your dirty little mind out of the gutter.
I know what we gotta do. Forget the Barry White. What PvP needs to be playing when his boss walks into his apartment there is take this job and shove it. I ain't
no.
no more.
Well, no, I don't think that would be a good idea either, girl.
No, Johnny Paycheck would be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You could play PvP. You could play Europe, the final countdown, as soon as she walks in.
I don't really get that joke, but oh well.
Well, you know, as soon as she walks in.
I never liked that song. I gotta say, Mikey, I always thought that song was so incredibly overrated. It's so repetitive. I just find it a repetitive, utter bore. That song.
Yeah,
I know it was a big hit. I know it was a big hit, but I never liked it.
Yeah. Hey, Jared, what song do you think you should be playing when the boss comes in?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Moira. Meow meow. Moira Kitty's in the chat there. Yeah. Welcome, Moira.
Hey, Moira.
Ugh.
Yeah, Jared,
I don't think he should be playing much of anything.
No.
Okay, PvP.
There'll be no music. There'll be no music. There'll be no flowers. There'll be no bottle of wine. No.
I don't know.
She's already suspicious enough of him, so he doesn't need to get an HR report 2 seconds her walking in.
Yeah, I do. In spite of getting frustrated with my job at times because I've been doing it so damn long, I get bored out of my tree. It's not the easiest job, but it's a good job. And at my age, there's a lot of people that aren't really looking for seniors to hire. They'd rather get somebody in their 20s or 30s and train them, so they'll have the employee for maybe 10, 15, 20 years, right? So, yeah, I got a good job. I can't complain, really.
Yeah. All right, let's get up on chats real quick. You need a drill sergeant getting them going.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually.
Yeah, and Suzanne saying hi to Skirby. Then Skirby saying hi to everybody. Moira's giving us a purpose. Meow meow.
Meow
meow meow. Yep.
Suzanne says, I'm getting thoughts of marriage when it comes to home repairs. Then I realized I could hire a handyman.
Oh, that's a good one, Suzanne.
That's very true. Yes.
Now wait. If she wants to get sparks in her life, does that mean she has to hire an electrician to get sparks,
or just get a cattle prod? One of the two.
Oh boy.
At the end of the gun, right, Gorilla? It's like, here, cattle prod.
Yeah.
I seriously, I did ask my boss there, or I did tell this to my boss there, because when I was doing dishes as a secondary job, to supplement my income there.
Yeah.
And my boss would get on with like one or two of the waitresses, like, is there any tips or ways you can show him to help this guy get any faster? Give me a fucking cattle prod. But even that, I don't think will speed this fucker up.
No.
Well, I will say this: if you also want to give her more excited, hire a plumber. That way, he knows his way around the plumbing.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Suzanne said, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Let me play first."
Play that intro to "I'm Gonna Love You Just a Little Bit More, Baby."
Just a little more, baby. Yeah.
Oh God.
Suzanne says, "No, Mikey, I'll toss the toaster into the sink if I want sparks."
Funny enough, we're talking about toaster bath.
That's a given. That's a given. Well, I know because Gorilla was talking about toaster bath earlier, and I'm like, he can't make a mistake. He can't make it look like an accident. There's other people that are trained to
It's
do
not
it.
an accident when I'd have to get an extension cord to plug into the hallway to bring it to the bathroom.
Well, you have to make sure it fits. Like, find the right outlet and then make sure it stretches all the way to the
I do.
bath.
Well, actually, I think there is one outlet in the bathroom, but it's covered up by the.
Oh, yeah, it's right
cabinet.
there. Okay.
No,
Sure.
but medicine cabinet. But I'd have to extend it from. I'm not taking the fucking medicine cabinet off. I still have to get a damn extension cord because it's halfway up the fucking. That's what.
Well,
you
just get an extra one. Just get an extra long one. Suzanne has extension cords like that, longer ones. She has to stretch it all the way.
I got 25 foot
apartment's
one.
not a big place,
Yeah, I got 25-foot one, a 50-foot one, 100-foot one. How long much longer do I need?
You really only need a 25-footer.
Yeah.
Really, if you're going from the hallway, you only need that. If you're going from the bathroom itself, you probably don't even need that.
Hey, Nemesis, how's it going? I see you were playing.
Nemesis and Eden.
What was a group of kids called in Stand By Me? Like, what did they call themselves?
In Stand By Me?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, there was a name for them, but crap.
Anyhow, he was playing whatever the boys call themselves, but Stand By Me the other day. He was sitting there right next to the railroad tracks. Like he was walking along the railroad tracks.
Yeah. So Lemon says, "Hey, Nemesis."
Yeah. And LL Gorilla, my boy, has a video of him singing every day. I'm a little closer to taking my bath with a fucking toaster. I've been singing that for years.
Oh my God.
Also, hail all you beautiful beings. I hope you're doing well tonight. So
yeah,
I was debating on this. I was thinking of maybe occasionally, like maybe once a month, doing a mystery movie night. Once or twice a month doing a mystery movie night.
Oh yeah, just like throwing a random one out there. That'd be cool.
Yeah, and putting clues to what it is out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Well. How about just a movie from Mystery Science Theater 3000 did?
Yeah, borrow films from that Gorilla.
No, like I found one there. It's called like XYNNY something road. Guess how much it made at the box office?
How much?
You'll never guess. Just take a wild guess.
$100?
Lower.
More?
$20.
I said lower.
Oh, lower. $5.
Higher.
I said $20.
He said 20. Higher? 50.
Lower. No, I made $30 at the box office. $30 fucking dollars at the. You look this up. Look up lowest grossing film domestic film ever, and this movie will pop up. It made $30 at the fucking box office.
30. Wow. Okay, that's definitely a cringe stock worthy film there, Gorilla.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily cringe stock because the description of it actually looks like halfway decent. But what it was is a very limited release with absolutely no advertising because the guy wanted it to be, but he wanted to release it foreignly first. But because of fucking the guild rules, it had to be released domestically first. So I threw it in the movie theaters for like a day or two or something like that.
What movie are you guys talking about?
Oh, we're talking about the lowest opening box office, $30. That
I got it pulled up here.
Brother was mentioning. Yeah.
I could probably make more than $30 if I, did like a home movie.
Yeah, but he wanted to release it foreignly, so they did a limited release.
Good Lord!
Wow.
Well, at least Snow White's not going to be the lowest grossing film of all in history. So
I thought AOC's was bad.
I heard that live action Snow White was probably going to be right up there with the movie that we saw a while back, Gorilla. You remember when I told you that Mega Force was like one of the dumbest movies ever made, but it would probably make more money than live action Snow White.
Yeah, this movie was DYZZXY or YX Road.
Ah.
Okay, I have no idea what that means, but
no, me either. Hey, Ancient One, welcome. Welcome.
So, have you guys seen the CGI dwarfs in that Snow White thing yet? Like,
I'm not even going to bother.
Well, it's on YouTube. There's already reviews, and I don't know why they would spend hundreds of millions of dollars making something that bad looking. It just blows my mind, you know.
Yeah. And,
well, PvP.
That was released in the first trailer. What the dwarves will look like. There was so much fucking backlash.
No, but I think they've reshot a lot of those scenes, and I think the dwarves looked a little bit different than the most recent version that's in the theaters or whatever now. So they still look ridiculous and grotesque, though.
Well, PvP, I probably am theorizing here, but odds are they probably did the CGI dwarves as a last-minute change since they want to do the 7 magical creatures bullshit. But then a photo leaked on that, and they had to do massive reshoots last minute.
Well, I think they've had problems all along because I think God, how long has this disaster been going for? Like 2 years now since they started working on this thing. I remember early on the CGI for the dwarves looked absolutely ridiculously weird, and I don't think they've improved it much in the last couple of years working on it. So, and it's like I still don't get why they didn't just hire real actors. I know Peter Dinklage, you know, that idiot put the wrench in for any actors of smaller stature, shall I say, for ever getting a job again. It's like, wow, way to go there, Dinklage. You know.
Yeah, well,
originally though, the prince's companions were the dwarves. They just rejiggered it so they can put the 7 freak CGI monsters in there.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Suzanne.
Well, from what I hear, Snow White in its opening weekend made less than what was projected. It made $43 million.
A total of 87.5 worldwide.
That's pretty
it's
bad.
on course to lose more money than Captain America Brave New World.
Yeah, that's really bad worldwide box
office. That is bad
wow.
Worldwide, yeah.
I mean, even domestically, it wouldn't be impressive, but worldwide's even worse, right?
Yeah. Hey,
yeah.
Oh, I want to say welcome to Ancient One. Welcome. I'll get the chat in a minute.
Hello, Ancient One.
Oh, by the way, Germ, I checked recent figures on Deadpool and Wolverine. $1.34 billion.
Good for them. But Disney ain't going to replicate that anytime soon.
Exactly.
No, I should. But I think they shouldn't rate the successful movies by how much it makes, but based on how much more it makes than it does per the cost of the movie to make.
Right.
Because Deadpool Wolverine made $1.4 billion, but how much did it cost to make up?
Probably at least 200 million, at least.
I would guess.
With
all the effects and everybody they had to throw in.
Yeah.
And,
but still, if you're talking over $1 billion global box office, that is a successful film, right?
Yeah. I'm not saying it wasn't successful, but look at like Sound of Freedom. That had a budget of $15 million, and the box office was $250 million. So that's so to me tells me it's a hell of a lot more successful, especially with Sound of Freedom. And the mainstream media even attacked it. It had everybody attacked. Well, I should say the machine was attacking it.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree 100%.
Yeah. And how does my new mic sound, by the way?
Pretty good.
I forgot to ask yesterday.
You sound
a little high on the bass.
You sound a little echoey in my headphones, I gotta say. Just a bit.
I will say this. Probably most movies, if you do buy the Wolverine and Deadpool movie, that's probably the public figures that the movie made, 1.3 billion. But then again, if you subtract all the costs and all that, it probably still made a profit, but not as much as we think it is. Because if the budget was 250 million, then advertising was at least half that, 125 million.
Well, you're close. The budget, the budget, Dan, was exactly $200 million to make. That was their budget.
Yeah. Well, my point is, if you take out all the costs from the cost of making the movie, advertising, and what the theaters take in from their own cut of the ticket sales and all that, the movie probably still made a profit, probably about half of what it says on the original profit margin, and probably made about $600 million profit.
Well,
the take is probably about 60% for Disney.
Right.
Yeah. So,
well, either way, it's still in the top. For R-rated films, it's already number one all time. We know that. And secondly, it's right there on a top. I would say easily a top 5 list of the best selling films ever made. So,
it's very. I mean, there's very few films that have done as well as it has in recent years, right? So,
but you got to
go back 20 or 30 years to find a really good film, that made that much money.
Yeah, I will say, welcome to Outlaw Bill. Let's catch up on chats here real quick.
Yeah, go ahead,
Chris. Go for Mikey, you want to read this one?
Yeah. Well, he has his grandma's smart mouth and sarcastic attitude. He comes by it honestly, laughing my fucking ass off. That's great. Oh, well, what do you expect from those young kids?
And H1 telling everybody, welcome to the thing, and make sure to check this out. Yeah, I was like, holy crap, with the amount of videos I've produced, but I make a lot of shorts. And he's saying, he's telling everybody to smash that like button. Thank you very much, H1.
Yeah, H1, we love your sterile comments too.
And Kirby here put the ZZYX road that made $30.
Yeah, that's Zizix Road. I think that's how you pronounce the word. That is an actual word, but
I can't believe
that's an actual word.
Yeah.
Well, how's it pronounced?
That's a word?
Zizix. That's an actual word.
Yeah. What the hell does it mean?
Let me look that up.
I sure got I never heard of that word before.
Hey, I thought when they come up with the name of it, someone switched out the LSD with some fucking crack or something.
Spell that one more time for me. Z-Y. Say it one more time.
Oh, here it is.
ZYX.
Okay, there it is. Zizix Road. It came out in 2006. Oh, wow. Okay.
That's old.
And,
there it is. ZYZZYX Road. Zizix Road. Philandering accountant. Yeah. Well, you know what? Here's the weird part. That is an actual road on a highway. And it had Katherine Heigl in it, Tom Sizemore, and Leo Grillo.
Yeah, what? Someone have a stroke when they're naming the roads or what? and Skirby said,
okay. Wait a second. Hold on. Okay.
Skirby said had Katherine Heigl and Tom Sizemore.
Oh, okay. A Zizix is a monospecific genus of sand wasp containing a brightly colored medium-sized species, Zizix chilensis. It is primarily a predator on flies, but it has been observed to consume skippers. Whatever the fuck that means.
Well, that's an amazing title for a film, then, I gotta say. Like, what were they thinking?
I told you, it's one replace the LSD with crack.
Somebody must have been on something when they came up with that concept.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Well, at least we know it's a predator, or it's an insect.
Yeah.
Wow!
That's what it is. A sand wasp, they call it.
Yeah, that's a big selling feature for sure. There's a lot of insect fans out there that really want to go to the movies, right? So
yeah. And H1 saying hello to everyone. And thank you very much, Suzanne, for putting everybody's links in the chat.
Yeah, thank you so much, Suzanne. That's much appreciated.
Yeah.
Thank you, Suzanne.
And Bill saying hello. Hey there, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
And say hi.
Everybody saying hello.
Tell Suzanne thank you. And anytime, Nemesis, you rock.
You rock.
As do you, Suzanne. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I know.
I do have a question for the panelists. Tell me, when are the big weekends or weekdays when movies are expected to make back their budget or their profits if they ever do? Is it the first few weeks that you'll know if they're big hits?
Opening week.
Or will it be like over time?
I would think the opening
Saturday.
Yeah, the opening weekend. If your movie opens, if your movie most of the time, if your movie opens on a Friday and it goes the whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, usually if it's a good film, you're going to make it back within a day, 2 days at most. But if it takes a while, you might have to wait at least 2, maybe 3 weeks after opening day. So it depends on the film.
I would think if it falls flat as a pancake on the first opening weekend, you're probably screwed, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, my point is why I'm asking is because, well, at the rate Snow White is going, they made about, well, from what Germ says, they made about roughly $90 million already in how many day weekend?
No,
that's the normal 3-day weekend.
They were expecting it to flop before they released it. They were trying to hold off and release it and just take the tax break, but I think something happened where they were required to release it. Because I know, like Batgirl, they held off on releasing. They actually shelved the Batgirl because they knew it was going to flop, so they just took the tax write-off.
They waited too long for Snow White. It's been in development and technically ready for over 1.5 years. So they lost their opportunity to take the full tax write-off.
See, the thing here is I don't think that movies should be able to get a tax write-off to be shelved just because they know they're gonna flop. I think unless under very special circumstances the movie can't be released, they can't get a write-off for producing a bad movie that nobody wants to see.
Yeah. Well, at one time, here's an interesting thing that happened with Arizona. At a time, Arizona used to be able to, take care of movie companies, and they were giving them tax breaks and everything like that. Things were great. Then this one a-hole governor who came into power named Evan Meekum pretty much just told the companies to go F themselves and, was going to charge them taxes for anything they were going to shoot. And that's pretty much when the death knell for, as far as films go, being filmed in Arizona happened. So
I'm not saying don't give these film things incentives to come, but like Batgirl, if they knew they're gonna flop, they knew they're gonna lose a shit ton of money on it. So instead of taking the loss there or not producing it at all, they shelved it and then wrote it off their taxes, which is a bunch of horse shit.
Suzanne's right.
I will say this, judging by how much Disney is flopping now, they're probably losing hundreds of billions of dollars already.
Yeah, well, they're making it up in other areas.
Yeah, they'll figure out.
Government subsidy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe not anymore with USID being closed down.
Oh jeez.
Well, then again, there's always a BlackRock and all that horse shit, which they have deep pockets for Disney to keep them afloat.
Yeah. I would imagine
which reminds me,
BlackRock is a lot of it. Yeah.
If you have a 401k or any type of investment program, make sure you're not invested in BlackRock or any other subversive companies.
Yeah, really.
Well, I don't know. I got a company that handles all my stuff.
Yeah.
And at least a third of your portfolio is BlackRock.
Yeah. I'm curious about something. If you believe what our friend Omnicast.net said, because he works for Paramount Plus, by the way, we all knew that. But from what he says to me, if Paramount does decide to go through with the merger they're planning with Skydance, Warner Brothers, or whoever else is going to be out there for this, he says that he doesn't know if his job will still be secure or if he's going to be, or if he's going to be making tons of money. He's not sure. He's on the fence about that. So I'm curious. I don't even know.
Well, okay, so they got so Paramount's getting bought out, right?
Yep.
Supposedly being divided up. Yeah, I believe so.
Just waiting final approval from the government.
If he's good enough worker and actually knows what he's doing and gets the job done, they'll find a spot for him. But if he's one of those this kind of slows down, does the bare minimum and all that, then there'll be a layoff. But as long as he sits down, goes to the grind, he knows, does his job there, and is actually competent and is an asset to the company, they'll find a spot for him.
Yeah, sure.
It's kind
considering considering his role isn't necessarily creative,
right?
It's a better sign for him.
So it would be a good sign if they did a merger kind of breakdown.
Yeah, and since Sundance doesn't have a competing platform, that's another step in his favor.
Yeah,
I agree. Thank you for clarifying that, Resolute. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So let's get your girl. I dropped everyone's channel links early. Don't think I'll be around long. Kind of feel. I hope you feel better there, Suzanne.
Yeah, I hope you feel better, Suzanne.
Have a good rest there, Suzanne.
Yeah. And Scurvy says, I'm more troll stopping mad than a link dropping mod. But man, Scurvy, were you around during the good old days when we used to play whack-a-bot with the fucking Russian?
Hey, Nemesis, welcome to the battle.
Hey there, Nemesis.
Hello, beautiful human being. How you doing?
Been a while there, guy.
Yeah, we haven't seen you in a while, brother.
Yeah.
I know. It's been a little bit. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah, really good.
Hey, it's good to see you, dude. Totally.
Yeah. No, but I'm kind of curious, though. Was Scurvy around during the good old days of what would that be, 2019, 2020, when all the spots had to play whack-a-bot with the Russian sex bots, and then all of a sudden Ukraine got invaded, all of a sudden all those bots disappeared.
He apologized to me. You guys remember when we had that copper dude, melted copper dude, and Lemon apologized to me. He apologized to me when he accidentally got through my piece of shit computer I had before. And I said, Lemon, don't apologize. My piece of crap was just, it was waiting to be invaded. And next thing you know, this guy comes on there for half an hour and starts preaching, Adolf shit and whatever. I was like, stop, No, don't ever worry about that, Lemon. It was a whole shitstorm anyway. So,
yeah, everybody got it as a mod. I trust them to use their judgment.
Yeah, I didn't even know you guys back then.
Come here.
Probably early.
I want to show Kitty time. This is, of course, Moon Pie. She just turned 8 years old. This girl.
Yeah. Look at this fat bastard who's like.
This is the middle age girl now. Oh, there's.
You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific, Gorilla.
So, girl, are you saying your cat takes after yourself?
Oh, yes, my cat.
Oh God.
Well,
you said he can be a bastard.
Yeah. You could say like the gorilla loves his girls and pussy nice and fat.
Ooh.
There's nothing wrong with a bigger girl.
Yeah, they usually know how to cook.
Man, you should see some of the stuff they'll do, man. I'll tell you what. But anyhow, Nemesis, how's it going?
Oh, it's going. It's going. Just been rocking out job applications left, right, and center.
Yeah, hey, we're praying for you, dude. You know that.
Are you willing to move to the United States? Because I could get you a job right here in Minnesota.
Oh God. I mean, I don't have citizenship. And we know how he feels about illegals moving in.
Hey, we'll get you a green card. Do it all proper.
Gorilla is single and he is willing to defraud the government on a whole marriage visa.
I mean, I got the hair for it, so like, why
not? Well, anyhow, in a couple months, you guys will be the 51st state anyhow. So,
I know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I guess you guys heard that Mark Carney, our coronated, unelected prime minister, did call the election on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Did he say for like April Fool's Day?
It's the end of
No. April Fool's Day is Tuesday. Next Tuesday is April Fool's Day.
I believe the official election day here is April 28th, if I remember correctly.
Yes,
but we always
you're right. An hour. Fuck.
We
month.
do have advanced polls though, so there'll probably be, 3 or 4 days where you can go and vote during that weekend kind of thing. So,
but
I can't believe
what the hell is it called a snap
vote
election?
Trump.
I can't believe how well. I don't believe in polls anyway, because half the time they're bullshit. But it seems like, depending on who you listen to on YouTube, what channel, it's like either the conservatives are still doing okay, or the liberals under Carney have had this massive surge in popularity in the last week or so, which is crazy because they'll be just as awful as they were under Trudeau.
Hey, what
right?
you gotta look is at the polls there. Is where did they survey, and what is the or what do you call it? Like here how it's skewed. Like they'll go to like New York City, and then they'll ask them, and they'll be like, "Well, out of 3,000 people, with 67% Democrat leading."
That's the problem, isn't it? Yeah. It's like it depends where the sample survey was taken, because different areas of the country are going to have totally different results, right? So, unless they take a random sampling across Canada, then I'm not even going to put any credence into a poll. And even then, I don't trust polls, because I remember when the first time Trump got in, all the polls were saying he didn't have a hope in hell of getting elected, and you know what happened after that, right? So I don't really believe in polls, but I'm just fingers crossed. I hope Canadians aren't dumb enough to elect Mark Carney with his, his World Economic Forum ties and all the bullshit baggage he's got. Like, I think we might as well be the 51st state if Carney wins this thing, because man, it's going to be bad for another 4 years.
Well, PvP, it depends how much of dirty politicking the liberals want to do.
Yeah, but
the bad thing too. Well, actually, this is probably a good thing, because Trump actually endorsed the liberals with Carney, which I thought was very surprising, because I would have thought Trump, being more conservative on the political spectrum, would have gone with Pierre, but I think it's pretty obvious the things he said on the news media lately. It's like he wants Carney and the liberals to get back in, because he knows Carney will be so weak. Carney's basically going to be on his knees when he's dealing with Trump, right? If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
right after Trump kicks him in the balls.
Yeah, exactly.
It's unfortunate, because like Carney ruined England's economy. He's going to ruin Canada's economy if he gets in. He's a businessman. That's why Trump likes him too, because they're fucking elite, fucking wealthy people.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense, actually, Nemesis. Yeah, good comment, actually. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Nemesis. You don't want a businessman to be running things, but unfortunately, people said, this douchebag down there can run it again. So, all right, there you go.
The thing is, too, Carney did run the Bank of England for many years and drove that into the ground, right? So,
he did. He more than drove it into the ground. He practically caused the inflation which they are going through right now in the UK.
Yeah.
Severe inflation. It's terrible.
All right, guys. I want to say welcome to Jim's Landscaping. Welcome.
Hey, Jim.
Jim.
All right,
and hello to Daniel's Hot Topics too.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Hot Topics.
Hey there, Daniel.
Yeah.
Hey, Daniel.
Let's catch up on chats here, but where did I leave off? Nemesis, do you want to read your own?
Yeah, go ahead, Nemesis.
I know you're being sarcastic, PvP, but I would go to see a giant wasp movie.
Well, it would depend if the movie was any good, I guess. But
yeah. And
if it's like them, I would.
Agrees. He says like a giant wasp movie sounds pretty cool. It'd be something different.
Yeah, that's true.
It says, "Scurry, bite your tongue." LOL.
Scurry, shut up.
Baby man. Nemesis, no, we don't need giant wasp movies. Thanks.
I'm allergic to these things. You're expecting that I'm going to be watching a Sand Wasp movie. You're dead wrong. I am not going. Don't put me anywhere near that film, please. Don't do that, especially a giant one. No way. No. That's it. I'm allergic.
That's it. Then how have you been doing? And also, Resolute, how are you guys doing? Oh, Resolute must have stepped away.
Okay.
And thanks for the compliments, Suzanne. And Suzanne says, let's hear from some of our panel guests first. We're hearing from whom?
I think we've got all equal representation.
I like how Issue stock moves up and down like crazy. It's a thrill ride. Oh, you're gonna be like Waltz there and get a kick out of watching his stock portfolio go down, drop by. How much did it drop by? Like, he was bragging about how much Tesla stock dropped down, even though he has like 3% of his portfolio in Tesla, not including the 1.3 million Minnesotans who have stock in Tesla on their pension plans. And Scurvy says, Scurvy, no other reason out there I would want to mod with. Oh, no other person would want to. That's good. That's good. And Scurvy says, yes, back when the bots used to come into the streams. I guess YouTube solved that. Or the Russians invaded Ukraine and they had to divert their resources.
Yeah, that'd be my guess, actually. I remember the sex bots, though. That's when I first signed up for YouTube. And I didn't know any of you guys back then, of course, but I remember the damn sex bots were in like every single chat on any stream you went on. There was sex bots. It was like ridiculous.
Yeah, we'd always play and see who could get the fucking bots fastest in. And you'd always know when I managed to get one. You'd always know when I managed to get one.
Well, we all experienced Gorilla's Lizzie, who was like showing her whole backside and butt and everything else.
No, it'd just be like HD dot or sex.hd dot whatever thing. And Suzanne says, "LOL, I see episodes every day. I'm one of the lucky ones."
Yeah.
Melted Copper.
Awesome mod. She's rockstar.
Yeah, I remember that Melted Copper guy. Wow,
I haven't seen him in a long
weird
time.
Stuff, I gotta say. Oh,
he's been gone for a while. Thank you, Daniel.
He hasn't been on in like what, a year and a half, at least 2 years.
Oh yeah,
at least.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, last time I seen him, he was on Bird of Prey 5's channel, and Bird gave him a chance to defend himself for what that incident that happened a few years ago.
God bless you, babe.
And Dale saying, "How are you?" I'm all right.
Yeah, Melted was pretty far out. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And they're taking our jobs, Gorilla. Come on, across the border. They're taking our jobs, Gorilla. Come on across. I can't do a Trump impression. I'm sorry.
They're taking our jobs from Gorilla, and they're coming across the border.
That's more of a JFK.
I guess. Yes, I guess. Good catch.
Yeah. All right, this is the JFK voice there, Nemesis.
He says they're eating the poutine.
They're eating the poutine.
Yeah. But that's spelled with an E at the end. I'm being a spell checker freak show on you there, Lemon. I'm calling you out. You need to put an E on the end of that.
Yeah, there's Jim's hello.
E.
Yeah, but no, that's like a really good JFK there.
Poutine's actually good, Sir Lemon.
I'm still waiting. And I'm still waiting for something like actually relevant to come out of the JFK files.
Oh my God! Jim has the PvP do his poll.
I have no idea what the hell Jim is talking about.
I think we were talking about a poll, like sliding up and down poll. Remember from the the Waltons thing we did last.
I don't actually own a pole.
Stripper pole. Yeah.
No, I don't actually have one of those. So.
Well, funny story, but when my sister and her husband bought the house that they had for quite a few years ago, it actually came with the stripper pole out in the garage.
Oh,
well, once the kids started getting older, we're able to start asking questions. They took it out.
Yeah, it's an exercise pole.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Lemon says they're eating all our protein and cheese curds.
Donald Trump, a Canadian immigrants.
We're bringing down our fentanyl too.
I actually have the stuff here to make poutine. I should make that.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Here, I'll brace it. Since you guys all freaking call me a fucking honorary Canadian, I'll make some.
I did call you an honorary Canadian that time, and you got annoyed. Remember, girl?
Yeah,
everybody thinks because I'm from Minnesota, I'm Canadian.
Well, Minnesotans, they're pretty close to Canadians because they like hockey.
Close to the border.
They like hockey up there too, right? So you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And similar. Similar.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Matt. How's it going?
Hello, Matt.
Yeah.
And then somebody asked me why you named your hockey team the Minnesota Wild. Well, duh. If it's the land of 1,000 lakes and you've got all these wild, forest and shit, I mean, that makes total sense. You call that team that.
Oh,
why do you think they call them the Timberwolves in the NBA?
Suzanne's confessed.
Yeah, read this one, PvP.
Yeah, go ahead, PvP.
Suzanne said, "Damn, PvP, you caught me, LOL. I'm the sex bot laughing my fucking ass off."
Hey, yes, let's all give prayers to Larry for his shoulder operation.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
they
yes.
remind everybody,
Yes.
the shoulder operation. Yeah,
good call.
Sure.
Yeah, good call. Yeah.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah. And Jim, yes, thanks for the reminder.
Yeah.
I'm saying, welcome, Suzanne. And Suzanne says, Gorilla, please remind everyone to pray for Larry. The shoulder surgery is coming up this week. Yes, we'll get a prayer, and we'll do one at the end of the year. I'll have Mike do one at the end of the stream here.
Okay, thank you.
I'm a Canadian. I don't like hockey. I like basketball.
Well, it's not like all Americans like basketball, so not all Canadians are going to like hockey. I mean, it's like, we're individuals, right? We're not all like programmed from birth to love hockey. So,
Yeah.
No, it's a stereotype, PvP, just typical of any sports fan.
Cultural stereotype, exactly, Mikey.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
As Kirby says, prayers for Larry. And sit down, I'll make you read your own.
Yeah, read your own.
All right. Well, I said Trump possibly endorsed the Canadian Liberal Party to ruin their rep and to get more votes, so go conservative, since the opposition does not want to be part of any party that's endorsed by Trump.
That's exactly what I thought when I first heard what Trump said. But the trouble is, it actually seems to be helping the damn liberals, which I think is totally bizarre that Trump, because I keep hearing how Canadians dislike Trump a lot. Like a lot of Canadians really don't like the guy, right? And so I'm thinking when he endorsed the Liberal Party, that should have hurt them, right? That should have hurt them in the polls, but it doesn't seem like it's done that. So I'm like, man, it's like silly season in politics. Once again, it seems to be, so I don't know what the hell's going on.
You know what Trump really needs to do is just like have a leaked audio come out of him saying how Trudeau's being a great little fucking puppet for him. That swing that election so damn fast.
Yeah, but Trump. The thing is, though, Trudeau's gone, so it's like as soon as Trudeau left,
Carney or whatever his name is, tell him that Carney's a great little fucking puppet for him.
Well, Carney's no different than Trudeau. In fact, I think he's worse. But
he's worse.
It's like so many voters seem to be completely, they don't pay attention. That's the problem. And so many voters are kind of like just basically clueless that they think, oh, we got a new guy in the Liberal Party running things, so he's got to be better than Trudeau. It's like, no, he's not. So
we are. But don't forget to. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dan.
Mikey.
No, Dan, you go first. Youth before age.
That's nemesis.
Or Nemesis, sorry. Go ahead,
It's all
Nemesis.
good. It's all good. Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that no, I can't remember. Damn it, Mikey. Guess that old time
shit.
again.
No, what I wanted to say was, and I'm sorry, Nemesis. What I wanted to say was is that if we all remember, Canada, we are Canadians. Those that are native-born Canadians are. It's basically a 3-to-1. Minorities, people that are immigrating to Canada, are 3-to-1 over the native Canadians that actually were born and raised here and live here. So my question is, when Trump decided he was going to back Carney, who is much worse, believe me, PPP, he's much worse than Trudeau. I've already read some research on him, so please no, you don't want that man in there at all. No way.
No, I've been doing research on him too, and it's not pretty. Yeah.
No, but see, I think what the answer is that the minority, the immigrants and stuff like that, they really don't pay attention, or they just really don't care. And unfortunately, like I said, we're outnumbered 3-to-1.
Hey,
so I don't know what else to say.
Let me say, what the hell are the immigrants doing voting?
That's what I mean. That's what I said, Germ.
Their opinion shouldn't matter. They shouldn't even be able to touch a ballot.
That's what I said. Well, that's the point I'm trying to make, is that because of this, abnormality and this division, it's good. It's not going to be good for Native Canadians.
It's the absolute corruption of the Liberal Party. When Carney got coronated, they were allowing, I think, people as young as 12 to get a Liberal membership and vote for him. Like, what the hell was that about? Seriously, these guys don't respect the rule of law. They don't give a damn about it.
I do got a question here. How could Carney be prime minister? I thought he was English. Was a Canadian.
They don't have the same rules we do.
I can't.
Yeah, no. Technically, he was he's Albertan, I think, from what I've heard.
Yeah, actually, I think you're right, Nemesis. I think he was born in Alberta. Yeah.
So you're right, Nemesis. He came from.
I thought he was English because he was president of the Bank of England.
Well, he was over there for like 10 years or something. Yeah.
For sure. Well, and unfortunately, it's like you look at a lot of. This has happened a lot of times. That's how we got Paul Martin. That's how we got, there's a chick that we got as well who was unelected. We've gotten a lot of prime ministers this way just because they just get thrust on us when someone steps down. And unfortunately, to bring up a separate point, there's a huge voting indifference when it comes to Canada. Like all of the rest of Canada can vote one way, but as long as Ontario and Quebec votes a certain way, it doesn't matter because they have more people than us. It's not like the United States where there's certain ridings and they only get a certain number of votes. Everyone out east is basically its own country, whereas we're trying to do, it doesn't matter what our votes are out here, basically. It's the two provinces out east that control everything.
Right. Plus,
your parents should consider seceding.
Go ahead, Drew.
You are a confederation. You have that right to leave the Confederation of Canada.
Yeah.
Well, there's talk about there's talk about Alberta. There's rumors about Alberta wanting to separate from the country now. So we're going to see what happens once the election happens.
Well, I will bet Quebec would leave before Alberta.
Well, the weird thing with Quebec though is it has often been a Liberal stronghold, right? Like Pierre Trudeau, Justin's father, he won a lot of votes in Quebec over the years. And Quebec, for some reason, they love to vote Liberal. Now, the interesting thing was the Separatist Party was doing well in the polls until recently. It looked like the Bloc Québécois, what they're called, the Separatists, that would love to make Quebec a separate country. They were doing well in the polls until recently. And now, since Carney's gotten in, it sounds like the Liberals are making inroads there. So, by the way, I just looked up Mark Carney's citizenship. He was actually born in the Northwest Territories in Fort Smith, so not Alberta.
Oh, but I was just like, man, it's a fucking dark mark on my record to have that dude from my province. I was like, no.
Well, Pierre was born in Alberta, so you can feel good about that, Nemesis.
I want him to win.
Me too, so badly. He's the only national politicians to talk in any sense at all these days, Nemesis. But anyway, citizenship for Carney: Canada, Ireland since 1965, and the United Kingdom since 2018. So this guy has 3 different citizenships.
Yeah, 3 different residences, so 3 different passports.
He's got 3 different citizenships.
Yeah, I want to say welcome to Drew 24.
Oh yeah, hello to Drew 24.
Hey Drew.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. There, let's catch up on chats real quick.
And, go ahead, Gorilla.
And Nemesis says prairies for Nemesis.
Prairies for Larry.
Prairies for Larry. And Suzanne absolutely loves President Trump. He's a good president there. There's some decisions I question. I'm getting more pissed off with that files though, but you know, I'm not a one issue person. If PvP, I agree, Carney will make Trudeau look like a Cub Scout compared to the current Shield leadership given the chance.
That's what I'm afraid of. Yes.
That's what I'm afraid of.
If he gets elected, I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell the future is going to be.
It's going to be terrifying.
We'll come up there and have a little liberation party.
Yeah, you know, at that point, I might actually welcome it. Like, fuck.
But yeah, I just don't know. The trouble with Canada is the East has a larger population than we do out here, so of course they're going to influence the election in larger numbers. I think probably Alberta, Saskatchewan, even Manitoba. Well, Manitoba probably will go NDP, hopefully, because that'll take votes away from the Liberals. So that won't help the Liberals at all. BC is a wash up, like very conservative where I live in the interior. The trouble is you got Vancouver proper, which is going to go probably Liberal NDP because they're more left wing in Vancouver itself. Even though the suburbs will probably mostly go conservative, I'm thinking. But man, it's going to be I hope it's not going to be a toss-up because it looked like, I mean, the Conservatives were ahead by like 20 points in the polls like a month or two ago, right? And now it's getting like neck and neck, it seems, in some polls. And it's just like, I just find it quite bizarre what's going on. I don't know.
It's just I mean, it's kind of just a state of the world, PvP. We were saying that when we looked at the United States, it's like 2 different countries because they're so close, like with the vote.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is, everything's so divided too, right? I mean, whether it's Canada or the USA, I mean, you know, people are so politically divided now. There's very little unity of any kind around the world, it seems. I mean, look at the mess in Europe. I mean, the UK is a dumpster fire. A lot of Europe is not far better. Even Australia has been having their issues down there, right? So,
that's a nightmare down there for them.
It's a global nightmare we're living through, guys. You know, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a global political catastrophe.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of older people saying that they've never seen anything like this in their entire time.
I never have. Seriously, Nemesis, I don't remember. I mean, I started voting in the 70s when I turned 18 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen a political situation as screwed up and sketchy as what we presently got. I've never seen a government half as corrupt as the Liberals. I've seen governments that were stupid. I've seen governments that made big mistakes, but not intentionally corrupt like the Liberals have been for the last 9 years. And I voted for many prime ministers over the years, and I just don't remember a political mess like we've got in Canada right now. It's just absolutely appalling what's going on.
And Suzanne here said Alberta and Saskatchewan need to separate from the rest of Canada and take BC and possibly Manitoba with them.
We need to take the Northwest Territories, and we need to also take Nova Scotia and Newfoundland as well.
Well,
and Labrador.
Territories, that's what, 3 people?
Probably a couple more than that, girl.
Okay, 4
it's probably
people.
Small though. The population is pretty small, I would imagine, up there. Although I don't have a number.
And let's see, Trump says, or Drew says, Trump is great. And even if you don't like him, at least he's making things much more interesting now compared to previous. Oh yeah, they're having fun suing him left and right.
Yeah, I've got to say that I really was happy when Trump got in November, but I've kind of started to lose some respect for him lately because he said some things that I think are kind of on the stupid side. And I know he likes to stir the pot because that's Trump, right? But he's not helping a lot of situations globally
Not
when he says
trying
some of
to.
this stuff.
Yeah. Hey, but no, I think some of the stupid shit that he says, he's trying to get everybody distraction on some object. Well, everybody look at this hand, well, but ignore what's happening on this hand.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
juggling fire with one hand while he's basically just shoving his hand up your ass and working it like the puppet with the other.
Because does anybody really believe that they accidentally leaked out the war plans 2 hours before we bombed the shit out of Yemen there, and then all of a sudden it's like perfect PR for him from a conservative standpoint of why we're attacking Yemen.
Yeah, I got no idea.
Oh no, that was a honeypot for Goldberg.
Okay.
They were trying to entrap Goldberg with that.
Oh yeah.
I think the last time we had so much fun when someone took office was when Reagan was in office and he was an actor. And then he got Trump, who's a businessman, and he's in for a second time. So I'm like, I just think it's hilarious. I really do.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
And Drew says that most of these countries that are first world countries having issues having asylum seekers, immigration flooding them coming through. Well, that's because they're what you call economic migrants that are shopping for window shopping, which country they want to go to that's not a shithole.
Well, that's the problem with what the liberals have done with immigration in the last 9 years. There's something like 9 or 10 million immigrants that have poured into Canada since the liberals took over 9 years ago, and it's absolutely ridiculous because most of them are supposed to, by law, leave the country in December of this year, right? Because that's when their visas are up. But the Liberal Party, in their infinite stupidity, have apparently lost track of most of these folks. So they're out there somewhere, but the government doesn't know where the hell they are. And do you think immigrants are going to just say, "Oh, I'm going to go back to my shithole country now. Thank you very much. It was fun," but and they're probably going to vote Liberal because immigrants love to vote Liberal. It seems so. It's all kind of a big.
It depends on where they come from. It depends on where they come from.
Yeah, it's a big Liberal plan, I think, though, is to flood the country with immigrants for the last 9 years, so they'll get more votes. That's what I think.
Yeah, and sit down and make you read your own.
Go ahead, just sit down.
I'm going to name one of your Canadians and help me with one of these names. Just give us Alberta and the Northwestern Territories and whatever this territory is. I can't say the name correctly. Yukon. And the U.S. will be fully connected continentally with our state, Alaska.
No,
Okay.
unless you've got BC in there, you're not going to be connected to Alaska.
Thank you, BVP. I was going to say
territory
geographically. No, well, okay, no, PvP is right. Geographically, part of BC and the western part of BC, you have to go through it before you get into Alaska. So you were right with everything else, pretty much. So damn it, you just have to make sure you add in the western part of BC as part of that geographic shift.
Yeah, our northwestern borders on Alaska. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
I agree there. Yeah.
I thought the Northwest Territory connected you. The Yukon and the Northwest Territory, the Yukon borders Alaska.
Yeah, Yukon would be.
It would make a T. You guys would come up through Alberta, and then it would spread out it would look like a giant eye. Actually, let me rephrase that.
A giant eye. Okay.
If you want,
as long as it's not a brown eye.
If you want to direct,
or a black eye.
Oh God. If you want a direct route, though, you really need to have BC included because we have the Alaska Highway going up north here. So.
Okay, so
I was watching this YouTube channel Yeah, I just want to say quickly, I was watching this YouTube channel of two people who planned a trip that they had never been to Alaska, and then they had to wait like 4.5 hours in line before they got to the border where they had to cross into Canada first before they go into Alaska, and they were turned back because they said they didn't have the correct paperwork, even though they already had plans to go because they had work that they were scheduled to do in Alaska. So yeah, I felt bad for this couple. They even brought their dog with them, and
They should have flown.
they couldn't go in. Yeah,
They should have flown.
Actually,
yeah.
the dog could have been a problem because I think if you're bringing animals into the country, they have to quarantine for so many days.
Hello, Jay
No,
Aldridge.
I think they do have to quarantine animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. But yeah, well, anyway,
So that wouldn't help them.
And
yeah, they returned. That's okay.
And Skirby says, let's compromise. We could just annex Scotty R-37.
Yes.
No.
No.
We'll build a wall around his place so that he's stuck there. We'll build a 10-foot wall.
We'll make him a separate freaking country. He'll be smaller than the Vatican.
We'll ship him over to Quebec along with a few other select unnamed Canadians, and Quebec can stay on its own.
Yeah,
We'll take the other 9. Quebec can just be over there.
Yeah.
We don't want more Frenchies.
Yeah. And welcome, Jay Aldridge. And Boomer goes, hello.
Hello. Boomer. Thank you, Suzanne.
He does say things that just gets reactions at times, I think, and it's great entertainment. Well, I think some of it's like fishing to see how people would react to it. Ideas like he's throwing shit at the wall there and seeing how people would react. Maybe it's a good idea, maybe it's a bad idea. And people react poorly, okay, throw that idea out the window.
Then he's trying to make people think too.
Yeah,
like with that whole Gaza thing. So we're going to turn it into basically Arab Vegas. That really freaked out everybody over there. And next thing you know, the Saudis, the Qataris, and at least 1 or 2 others all come up with a plan of what to do with Gaza.
Yeah, there you go. Get other countries. Yeah, he was this. Yeah, he can be pretty funny too. Yeah. And Skirby says, I praise Trump for getting the southern border under control and deporting illegals who have committed serious crimes. Prior ministers didn't even try to. Oh, they were importing them. But how close are you to the border there, Skirby? Not asking you to dox yourself, but like, are you relatively close to the border?
I thought he lived up in the northern part of Texas, Gorilla. He lives around the same area that he said close to where Raquel, I believe, is.
Well, I don't know where Raquel is.
Some distance from Raquel. She's in Texas.
No, I know she's in Texas, but I don't know where she is. I'm not gonna ask you.
Yeah, well, I don't want to say anything more about that. You know.
Yeah, Juice says Canada's taking notes from USA on how to lose track of immigrants.
Yeah.
And Canada needs
I feel like it's the opposite way around.
Yeah, you need it. The EU country is so strict.
Starkly wrong?
Starkly.
Maybe because there aren't that many people other than First Nation living there. Yeah. So.
And hey, Greg.
Hey, that's not Euler Greg. That's Jay Aldridge.
No, Euler Greg's down further below. I've said hi to.
No, he's down further. Okay, yeah.
And here, Mikey, you read this.
Yeah, sure. Jay Aldridge says, what the heck is Mikey talking about? LOL. Howdy. I'm just so proud to be here.
Suzanne says, the proud I am Canada is Ontario. It's immigration center. Ontario caters to all immigrants.
Yeah. Well, Suzanne, it's actually Ottawa. Ottawa being the capital of Ontario. And of all of Canada is the immigration central.
I think Ontario and Quebec are the 2 worst places for the immigration problem because
yes,
there was something on YouTube. I didn't watch it yet because I was working again today, but something about they had a big pro-terrorist rally. I think it was it Montreal? I can't remember for sure. Or maybe it was Ottawa. They had a big pro-terrorist rally, and guess what? The authorities did fuck all. The cops did fuck all. They didn't even fucking care. And it's like, yeah, these people can just be pro Hamas and waving their fucking flags and whatnot, and it's perfectly fine in Canada because there's no rule of law with the liberals. So there you go.
Yeah.
Go ahead, girl.
Say, Suzanne, Boomer saying hello to everybody. And Scotty will be a pride. We want him. Maybe a special ed
Now,
prize.
what does that mean? He'd be a prize.
No, we're surrounded by liquid hot magma.
No, we're surrounded by liquid hot magma.
Magma.
You have to sound just like Dr. Evil in that.
Canada will be a great state. Cheers,
yeah, but if we're one state, we've got millions of people. We're gonna outvote you guys.
No, you get one state. That's the kicker. So 40 million people.
That's right. I was arguing
you
that
get
earlier.
2 senators. You only get 2 senators, and since Canadians only count about 4 to 1, you'll get maybe about 5 or 6 representatives.
Well, Jerm, you may be miscalculating though, because Canada has about 40 million people, and look at the size of California. We have roughly 40 million people. We have 55 electoral votes.
Yeah, that's why they count 4 to 1. So they get about a quarter or a fifth. Maybe we'll
come on, even the slaves got third or three-fifths representation.
That's too good for Canadians.
Hey, Gorilla, Eugene Bird has posted 2 super chats there for you.
Oh, just a sec.
He's got his $20 in.
Eugene Bird, you're the king. Super chats making our cigars sing. Lighting the lounge, keep it free. You're the sugar daddy of the real love. Thank you, Eugene. You're the best, better than all the rest. With every puff, we raise a cheer. Eugene Bird, our hero here.
So is $20 enough to make Gorilla dance on his pole, or does he need a few more bucks for him to dance on his pole?
Hey, Eugene Bird, Eugene, if you ever want me to watch or review a movie, let us know. You there. And so much for about an hour. You guys, that's pleasure. Oh, we got kind of bitching and complaining here. So get talking, but I will have to probably end up. So we'll go on for a little bit longer here.
Alrighty.
Oh, then you also got a super sticker, but it doesn't tell me which sticker it is.
It's the thank you sticker. It's a blue
It's
pear.
a thank you sticker. Yeah, you're right, Nemesis.
Yeah. Let's see. Where were we?
Lemon.
Cheers, everyone. Yeah, Canada will never be a state, period. We're working on it. Maybe we got to have a stream.
Then has her shotgun, she can protect the border herself.
Yeah, we should have a stream one of these days to negotiate. What would it take to Canada to be the 51st state? Like do a negotiation stream. I think it would be fun.
Yeah, well, I will tell you this, girl. One selling him will be like, we'll become part of your union as long as we're able to keep our health care as one condition.
Yeah,
hey Dan, if
that's okay. Our states run the healthcare here for the most part.
Well, I was just going to say
we each have our own individual marketplace.
Okay, so I was just going to say that Dan, if Trump decides he wants to reinstate the draft again, you'd be the first to go to the front lines to try to fight to take over Canada at the border.
Hey, I'm just glad I'm sitting at the age of I'm in the oh fuck we need more people category or the oh we fucked up category.
You're in the human shield category.
Yeah.
What is that? Plan B? Register B?
Yeah,
I'm going down to C register with my because it's sitting at 33 years old.
Oh, I see.
So when when Carney drafts
you,
video game
controller?
What was that?
Go ahead, Nemesis.
Can you operate a video game controller?
Well, my hand's been giving me problems here the last few days. And it's kind of funny. I just shut everybody down with one sentence there. Because, like, so my hand here has been giving me problems there. And everybody makes the same comment going, doing too much of this or not enough. I was like, I just look at him and go, do you really want to have this conversation? Because we'll have this conversation, but do you really want to have this conversation? And they're like, nope, and they walk away.
Just remember, Nemesis, when Carney does draft you to quote unquote protect Canada, you can defect to North Dakota.
Yeah, there you go.
I actually have exit strategies, but I do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Nemesis already has his exit strategy in place.
Yeah.
He just wants to keep it on the QT until it gets closer to attack time.
Yeah. Hey, Booger. Here, let's go. We're falling way behind our chats here.
Oh, yeah.
James says he would love to make a trip to Gaza Trump. Yeah, that's so good. Drill, baby, drill. And Booger says, hello, all. Just got home from work. Oh, fun.
Oh, hello, Booger.
Booger.
Hey, Booger.
Yeah, Booger.
And welcome, Kevin Truckee. He says, Trump was really doing a great job calling out a lot of Canada's crap, not spending enough on military. The 250% tariffs on our dairy products, just a product of bad supply system, even border security. The only problem I got with these tariffs here with Mexico and Canada is he's the one that did negotiate the new, what they call it, the MCA or USMCA deal. He was called the greatest deal ever.
We have had a free trade agreement since the 80s, so.
No, but he renegotiated that in his first term.
Yeah, it's the same old shit. I've seen this so many times in my life. This crap happens every so many years, and it's just like, whatever. It really doesn't fucking matter a damn in the long run.
I do agree about the military spending, though. I've been mad about that for years, but that's been a planned thing for liberals.
But the thing
I agree.
NATO is.
I think a lot of Canadians would like to see the military spending increase with NATO, definitely.
Yeah.
But the liberals have gutted our military. Like they've just killed our military up here. We used to have a decent military, and they've just underfunded it. And they treat the veterans like shit too. So it's like, fuck, I hate
well, my problem with NATO is there's only a couple of countries that at first that were only doing their 2%. Then he got a bunch more up to it. But all these countries are going, oh, we got free healthcare, we got free this, but only spending like 0.05% or 0.5% on their damn military. No, your obligation was 2% of your GDP. Now I know as the country with the largest GDP, we're to put out the most. I understand that, but and I don't expect like Czechoslovakia to be able to supply the same amount as we can, or Poland to supply the. Well, at least Poland was put in 2%. Now they're putting in 5%.
It should be proportional per the size of the country and what they can produce.
Yes. And
it's just that there's only 3 countries that were ever.
5. Huh? Yeah, 5 of them.
I know Germany and France never made it.
I wasn't counting Germany and France.
They got close. Only the UK and the US were the only ones to ever hit that 2%.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting that it's what they say about most men can't speak to a woman, and since you got a woman who's running things down there in Mexico along with the drug cartels, I'm surprised Trump hasn't gone all full bore on them and saying, "Oh, hey, you know what? Guess what? You need to be invaded, and we need to wipe out everybody."
Oh no, it's not because it has nothing to do with women and all that. The thing,
yes, it does. He can't talk to her, but he can talk to everybody up here in Canada and point out our fallacies. Come on, that's a little two-faced, don't you think?
Oh, he is talking shit about Mexico a lot.
Yeah, it's just he's talking to him in Spanish, so no one understands it.
Yeah. and the only reason that she's in charge is because the 35 previous people that were they're trying to get elected were all of us seriously found in a ditch.
Yeah. Well, you know what Trump needs to do. He just needs to go down to Mexico and grab her by the pussy.
Yeah. Hey, we actually had a bus here. My boss actually had a picture of it at the gas station. Someone had a bus at the gas station here back in Trump's first, right at the beginning of Trump's first term that said, Trump grabbing America by the pussy.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
But anyhow, Jay says, shut up, Jay. Shut up, Jay. Shut up, Jay.
Oh, I just want to ask, Gorilla, you said you were going to go for around an hour tonight. Any idea when you're going to wrap this up?
So we get caught up on chats here.
Okay, I just put some supper in the oven, so I'm good for another 25 minutes
or
so.
When a country treats an this is better than their own legal forces, it tells you all you need to know. Exactly.
Exactly.
These illegals they sent to New York, they're getting 3 times more than what I make annually.
Oh yeah, it's like the immigrants here are getting free money from the government every month to pay their rent and buy food. I don't get I don't get like thousands and thousands of dollars every year from the government, like, not the amount they do. Fuck.
Yeah. And Brother Greg says, play dead when they get close will pivot at warp 2 and give them a full spread of photon torpedoes.
Yeah, that's the way to go all Star Trek on everybody. Okay.
Yeah, Steve Kevin says we charge huge tariffs to the U.S. that no one knew about until Trump called it up. Yeah, I didn't know about the dairy tariff at all.
No, the dairy thing
just under 300%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, how much of an immigration problem can you have on a frozen door? Most of the illegals come from warmer climate. They won't last the winter with you folks.
That's because they pack like 30 of them into a house. There's a lot of body heat there.
Yeah, they actually pile on top of each other, right, Nemesis, to have added warmth.
Yeah.
And like anywhere from like 10 to 15 people in one place.
Yeah. Oh, and hey, JPs, I just seen you're here. Welcome. A state of anarchy.
Yeah.
And could you guys use some extra judges up there in Canada?
Hey, certainly. We'll take you, Boomer.
Yeah, we got about what 20 judges we can send to them.
Absolutely.
I don't think the judges are going to help until we get a government in that respects the rule of law.
No, we'll send you the
liberals don't.
No, we'll send you the one that like blocked Trump deporting all those Trinidad criminals to El Salvador there that was trying to block it when his daughter works for a nonprofit there that helps illegal immigrants.
Yeah, please don't. We have enough problems already.
Yeah. Trump was proven right about fentanyl being brought into Canada by China.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey,
it's coming in through Vancouver port, and they don't have enough security on the port. Like, they should be, checking more shipments. And I think they do like 10% of the shipments coming in from China. Like, it's ridiculous what's going on. It really is.
Yeah.
They should be checking everything.
Yeah. And piss off, I would rather join the UK than the US. All right, then you can join the UK, but don't be pissed when they arrest you for sneezing wrong.
Have you seen the Orwellian state of the UK in the last year? I would not want to live in the UK.
I wouldn't even want to travel to the UK.
No, it's even more fucked up than Canada, which is saying something.
Oh yeah, saying a lot.
Well, I will say this: in UK politics, the UKIP party that used to be the outsider party is losing its reputation due to its founder saying he's not populist anymore. He's an elitist now. He wasn't a populist.
No, I also know that at one time the royals were respected, but now they're just the puppets, and the real leader of UK whoever the prime minister is in the UK now is the real controlling power. The royals are just the subordinates now. They're not even highly respected. So
it's like the World Economic Forum and the globalist interests are controlling more and more of our countries now.
Oh, absolutely.
Starmer's he's a puppet too. He's just another puppet.
Oh, of course. But like I said, I did have some respect for the monarchy and their part of it as far as the royals went, but
I used to.
It's gone now. I mean,
I used to have some respect for Queen Elizabeth, but I have zero respect for Charles.
Yeah, no, Charles III is a douche.
Yeah, he's completely pointless now. The monarchy is completely pointless. It should be abolished, really.
I think so. I agree with you there, PvP.
Yeah. So hail to you, old man bird. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So JP says Jiva's head forward next. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
And have a good night there, Jay.
Yeah, take care, Jay.
Night, Jay.
I need your attention. Thanks, girl. Are for you. I'm glad you're enjoying. I'm glad you guys are enjoying that entertainment. We're making Scotty R37 the 51st state. It's going to be huge. It'll be the best, classiest state.
Oh God!
Now
you have to put him in a compound.
Do I have to call the Texas Highway Patrol to come haul you off to a mental asylum?
Well, that's
why are you calling Texas? I'm in Alberta, bro.
No, but you're not the one wanting to make Scotty the 51st state.
Yeah, he wants to make Scotty the 51st state, and he's trapped over near an airport, someplace called Mississauga. I'm still waiting for a plane to accidentally make a misstep, and I'll stop there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So Suzanne telling Jay good night. Thanks for coming out. And people are saying hello. Hey, no big out Scotty here. 37 hello. Hey, Scotty knows I'm joking around. He has a sense of humor.
Yeah, sure. Let's say that.
Yeah, hey, he's the one that said I could call him what was it, a fucking toothless hobo or something like that. I got the clip somewhere.
Well, there's no arguing with facts.
Yeah. I got the clip somewhere. It's like a year ago. I got the clip there.
Oh God.
Canada and Greenland would make great additions. And I'm not thinking I
not so much Greenland.
Hey, they got a lot of resources in Greenland.
Yeah, but
they're going to be the 11th province.
11th province? Okay.
Yes, the United States is going to be the 11th province.
Yeah, United States will be the 11th province. That's what's going to do that.
Yeah, sure we are.
Sure.
Better that way. You get free healthcare.
Yeah, you get free healthcare. Second best in the world.
I've seen your health care, and I've seen way too many people from BC come down here to get surgery.
Well, that's BC.
Well, I know my mom had surgery in her life quite a few times because she was one of those sickly people and never paid a dime for any of her surgery.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So I think it depends on the stories you're hearing, because it's not. I don't agree with what you're saying there, really, Jerm.
No, I've met several dozen people from BC, particularly, come down here because they were waiting to death.
Several doesn't do a statistical for 4 million people. So okay.
Basically, like if you have something acute and it needs taken care of, going to the States is fantastic. If you can wait a few years, Canada will take care of all your problems. But like,
well, you
it's life threatening.
You can get on a waiting list quicker than that too, actually, Nemesis. Because I had a coworker that had a couple of knee replacement surgeries, and I think she was waiting for maybe 6 months before she got it done. So it wasn't years. Like, it depends, I guess, on the backlog at the time, right? So. Just saying.
And Nemesis, I think it does depend on the kind of, because I know someone who mentioned this to me before here when I first moved here. I think it does depend on the symptoms. It depends on the condition. It could be, the medical condition. It could be a syndrome we've never heard of in Canada before, and maybe some more advanced scientists know how to deal with it.
It's kind of like a triage type of situation. If it's something really critical, like when my mom got diagnosed in the 70s with cervical cancer, she was in getting surgery like a week and a half later. Like she didn't have to wait at all.
All right, guys, we gotta go through this because I gotta be wrapping this up here.
Yeah.
All right.
I gotta go. I gotta go too.
What if each province got to be a state? That's
that doesn't sound too bad, actually.
Yeah. Hey, Jay says I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Can't stand these appointments. Oh, that sucks.
Good luck, Jay.
Yeah. Good luck with that, brother Jay.
And hugely scurvy. And that being said, they had your chance in 1812.
1812.
Well, Quebec's the only one that didn't join the revolution there. There in the 1700s. And Jay, good luck for their welcome. Go for it. Good night. Be right back. Sleep well.
Sleep well.
And NAFTA was the best thing for North America as a whole.
Yeah. Didn't that stand for North American Free Trade Agreement?
That did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. NAFTA. Yeah.
Oh, so
and it actually kind of sucked.
Fuck over the military. Yeah.
Well, I don't dispute that, Resolute. It did kind of suck. Not all the way, though, but yes, some parts. Yeah.
And I don't disagree with that, JPs. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I would agree with that.
You guys had this.
Yeah, we did have a good Air Force at one time.
Yeah, exactly. At one time. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, we had a great military at one time, like even up until probably the 80s, but it's been going down the drain in the last decade. So, yeah.
The U.S. has protected Canada and Mexico because of either falls. It's a straight entry point for invasion. Well, Mexico doesn't do jack shit to stop anything.
No, they don't stop anything, but of course they do have people that stand in as prop-up soldiers. We call them cartels.
Well, it's not like Mexico's going. Not like the Russians are going to go through Mexico because
no, they're not.
They're going to come through Canada, which is one reason it's in our mutual interest.
Yeah. Besides, don't forget the Germans tried that once before. They tried to go up through New Mexico or Mexico.
Booger says, "Wrap it up. I just got here. Well, I've been going for an hour and a half."
Yeah. So welcome to your cool wife, Christine. Yeah.
Yeah. And Boomer, Canada used to have an awesome Air Force and an amazing Army. Not as much anymore. Oh yeah. We can go through some of the stories of what those Canadians did in the First World War.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we punched above our weight in the Second World War too. Like we had a really good, strong military. I mean, huge Navy too. I can't remember the numbers, but we had a huge Navy.
I know Canada was prominent mostly in that war with Japan and everything. So
Did we rated D-Day just alongside you guys, right? Like
I know.
Yeah.
I know we're wrapping up, but I do got to get going.
All right, you want to promote yourself?
All right.
Have a good one. Good night.
Yeah. Saturday morning cartoons this week. Tasmania.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
all right. Have
we'll
a
see
good
you later,
night.
Jerm.
I will say one of my favorite stories about the Canadian military, though. It's one of my during the First World War, they threw a bunch of cans of food over to the German line there. Then they got the Germans all excited. Then they threw some more food over to the German lines in there. And about the third time, they're asking them to throw more food over. And they threw a bunch of grenades into the German trench.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Very cunning. Very cunning.
The nice Canadian stereotype is definitely a stereotype because we're not all nice.
Well, especially back then, because like we were used as cannon fodder, even in World War II, but we were undersupplied. We were used as the human meat grinder. We were the human shield. Like we were sent to die before the British people.
You're the queen. You're the queen's. You're the queen's slaughter force there.
100%.
Well, yeah, I
100%.
think we got lumped in with the Australians and the New Zealanders too, right? Because we were all cannon fodder back then. But
that's right. The Anzac forces were part of it.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, I mean, like D-Day, if I remember correctly, you had Omaha Beach, right? You American guys.
We had two beaches. We had Omaha and I think Juneau.
No,
Juneau was ours.
Juneau
No,
was Britain.
Canada's?
no.
Juneau was Britain.
Juneau's
You had
Canadian.
Omaha and
Juneau was
Utah
Canadian.
Beach.
Juneau
No,
was
the
Canadian.
Americans had
One at a
Omaha
time.
and
We got two
Utah
people
Beach.
talking.
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure Juneau Beach was the Canadian attack point.
Okay,
Well,
then
we
I'm
worked
getting mixed up.
together on that one. So yes.
Because I know you guys had Omaha for sure. I
And
can't
I know
remember.
they had Utah Beach also. There was two of them.
Oh, Utah. Yep, yep, it was Utah. And I know the Canadians or not the Canadians, the British were silently kind of happy with what happened at Omaha because finally the fucking Americans finally get to take a look for once. That's they called that one Bloody Omaha because what like 2,500 people died on those beaches that day. On Omaha alone.
Yeah, well, the Canadians.
Yeah, and it's.
Yeah, go ahead, Nemesis. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say Juneau was ours. I think it was Sword Beach and Gold Beach that were taken by the British. And then in World War,
Sword for sure. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. They had Sword, Juneau, and Gold. They had Sword, Juneau, and Gold.
Oh wow!
Right, because we were still lumped in under British forces, but Canada took Juneau.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite story about D-Day on Juneau is the old Jimmy Doohan story, where Scotty stormed the beach, and I don't know how many guys he killed, but he took quite a few of the Germans out, and then of course he got his finger shot off famously, and saved from death by that cigarette case he had in his shirt pocket, which is incredible when I think about it.
Part of that story is where Doohan he took out a bunch of Germans. He also took out a German pillbox, which they had those those machine guns that were inside.
Right.
He took out one of those by himself.
Yeah.
and then he gets his fingers shot off. Like he only had 4 fingers. So,
my friendly fire too.
Yes.
I know we're excited about Canadian history, but Gorilla is trying to.
Yeah, well,
go ahead.
Yeah, so I want to get through as many chances as I can before I have to cut this off.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
But it's nice that Canada, Australia still have the Queen on their money. I thought they had to switch it to the King now.
Well, not yet.
Oh, I thought they had to right away.
No, I heard that there's a delay in that, but that's okay. I don't want to go further into it. I just heard there was a delay.
Yeah, an old bird saying there's so many wonderful people here tonight. Yeah, there is.
Hail to you,
I saw London when I did.
Hail to you, Murmur.
Yeah. London's not the same as it used to be.
No.
Your social media posts causes distress to someone, you can be arrested. How neat. Yeah. Well, you can just see, hell, they arrested an autistic girl for saying that the cop looked like her lesbian aunt. The Illuminati are in charge. Okay.
You might be more right than you know, Daniel Hot Topics.
Yeah, Mikey. Yeah, the Royals look like a clown show, except for Will Kate and their kids. Did they advocate?
I thought they did. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought William and Kate Middleton and the kids did advocate. Yes, I believe they did. Harry is the only one now who's really in the place there.
Yeah. How much is given the moniker to run the states, etc. for what? Just because? Well, they're giving up, but now they give them a nice little check and tell them now sit down and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Well,
it's called a shut up your ass stipend.
I know anytime a royal comes to Canada and tours, it costs us millions of tax dollars to do security for them.
Yeah, and Alberta is northern Texas. It
might as well be. Very
with
much
a little
like
bit
Texas.
of Mississippi mixed in there.
Yeah. Andrew says, Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do the best every Sunday.
No, you know what they should throw in there? Star Trek and Across the Universe.
I can't play because 5 seconds of that song, they'll take the stream down for copyright.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so we can
go watch Euro Trip.
JP, Alberta, Saskatchewan are definitely the Wild West.
Yeah.
And medical tourism is a thing. Yeah, it is.
It is.
And Nevin says, you're in Alberta. I thought you were in BC. I'm Saskatchewan.
I'm in Alberta, Suzanne.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's near Calgary.
Yeah.
He gets to play
Oh,
with the
wow. Way to
Stampede
just
every
super dox me. Jeez.
No, actually, I
year.
thought
Play
yours
with the
was a
Stampede
different
every
small
year,
town.
don't you?
Nevin says, I seriously thought it was a way different town from a couple of your posts on your thing there.
I know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I
And
try not to say things.
JP's lived in Calgary for 2 years. He felt like a crate of salt and a pepper shaker.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting statement.
But Booger says, I watched a guy on YouTube who was quite happy with the healthcare he received in Canada for some major things. Another is a private pilot who volunteers to fly people from rural Canada to urban doctors. Oh, that's kind of cool.
That's sweet.
Oh,
That is cool.
Yeah, if you didn't speak Durka, you were lost.
Depends on where you're at.
Yeah, that does depend where you're at. That's true.
Alrighty. I had an uncle in the Canadian Royal Air Force. Cool.
Yeah, it should be the other Royal Canadian Air Force. It's the other way, girl.
No,
It's
it's
okay.
flying by today. Yeah, we're going about an hour longer than I thought everybody that I wanted to.
I said, I know, right, Suzanne? Yeah.
Yeah, my uncle ran north, joined the CRAF in World War II, went to England and lived the rest of his life there with only a few visits home.
Huh.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it is RCAF there, Booger.
Yeah.
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 Does Canada have spies like James Bond and stuff? Well, they're part of the five. Yeah, you're part of the Five Eyes group where if the CIA wants to know anything about Americans, they just call it England or Canada or New Zealand or Australia. And tell, hey, what's your stuff there? So they're legally not spying on the United States there.
It's called CSIS.
Canadians.
Yeah, it's Five Eyes.
Canadian
Five Eyes.
Services.
That's the Five Eyes.
Yeah, CSIS is it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And supposedly.
Yes.
And hey, Basil Baldrick, how's it going? We're
Hey,
just ready to
Basil
wrap
Battle
up.
Dragon. Yeah, he's cool. Basil's cool. Hey, we're all cool, but Basil's part of that.
And Old Man Bird's giving us some hearts, some drinks, and some popcorn.
Hell yeah!
I ate popcorn earlier tonight. We had our air heated popcorn.
Yeah.
Good
night, Jim.
Good night, Jim.
Yeah. Oh, live. U.S. aircraft carrier bomb boarded 7 times in 7 days. Iran declares war on Israel. What the fuck?
And U.S. SpaghettiOs.
Is this real? Is this a real headline, Daniel?
Yeah, I wonder if it is.
That's major shit if it is real.
Yeah.
Israel.
Yeah, well, he says it.
It's not in the trending here.
Wow.
It's not in the trending at all. So I don't know what you're talking about. The only political thing in the trending even is fucking Ashley Babbitt for some reason. I'm not going to sit there and look.
Yeah, weird.
Well, I will say that if that were true, then all of Iranian's major cities would have been bombed already.
Yeah. And bully going forward because we can't. Yeah, I'm not finding anything here.
Yeah, that's the line from the song Gorilla, Star Trek and Across the Universe. Bubble going forward because we can't find reverse.
Okay.
That's
and good night, Drew. You're there. Okay, boys, I'm off to bed now. Have a great stream. Have a good night.
Good night, Suzanne. Good night, Suzanne.
We got through all the chats here, so thank you, Suzanne, for coming. And thank you, Old Man Bird, for coming. Hey, if you want me to review or watch anything, just let me know. And thank you again for the super sticker and the super chat. Thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. And thank you, Scurvy, for coming. And thank you to Drew24. You wanna promote him, Sit-In?
Yes, Drew24. He does arm wrestling videos and a few other videos, but he hasn't uploaded anything on his YouTube channel recently. But if you guys are interested in the arm wrestling videos, go check out his channel. Beyond that, that's all I know about him and what I promote for him.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Daniel's Hot Topics, for coming.
What? that
And they get a booger 2414. Cynthia, you want to promote him since he's on your channel?
Well, actually, Gorilla, I will, because Booger 414 is actually more on my channel. Booger 414 has a little bit of content, but he and his wife Christine mostly are cosplayers, so they go to different Comic Cons, and he's also a very good supporter not only of the Mikey Seuss 4 channel, but obviously he loves to support you, Gorilla, as well as you, Nemesis, pretty much everybody in our community. So Booger is a great guy. Yeah, check him out and give him some subs. He deserves a few subs. He and his wife.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Definitely.
All right, sub to Booger.
Yeah, Booger.
All
Yeah.
right. And thank you, Basil Baldragon, for coming. He does a few live streams and he does some collabs with other Greg, so make sure to check out Basil Baldragon.
Yeah.
And thank you to the Phantom Boomer Explorers for coming. He does 3 watch parties a week on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. He puts the trailers for those watch parties on his channel there. As I'm scrolling, thank you, Jim's Landscaping LLC, #1 Commodore Protection, for coming. He has Star Trek fan films. He has occasional live streams there. And then he also does puppy videos, so make sure to check him out. And thank you, JP's, for coming. Now, I'm looking for the next one. PvP, promote yourself.
Oh, me?
Yes,
well, not much going on the channel because I'm going to be working like a dog. Got 3 9-hour days coming up for the rest of the week, so that's not going to be a whole hell of a lot of fun. But I guess I got to do it, and I got to get through it. So, yeah, not much else going on. I'm going to try to make the Waltons on Friday, but it depends. Are you starting around the same time, like at 8 Central again on Friday, Grill?
I can if you need me to.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to work till at least 6 o'clock Pacific here. So if you could maybe make it 6:15 Pacific like you did last week, that would probably help a lot, actually. So yeah.
Alrighty. So
yeah, thank you.
And thank you, Jay Albridge, for coming. And thank you, Kevin Trekkie. Mikey, you're good with this. You want to promote him?
Yeah. Kevin's Trekkie. He visits different amusement parks around most of the United States, including Canada, or not Canada, I'm sorry, including California and Florida. And he does have some good content there. So check him out if you want to get some good information about places like Disneyland, Disney World, Knott's Berry Farm, then the place there in Valencia, Magic Mountain, all those places. So yeah, check out Kevin's Trekkie and make sure you give him a like and subscribe as well because he does deserve it. So yeah, good friend of Larry too.
All right, and thank you all, Greg, for coming. He does spoiler-free reviews on his channel, so make sure to definitely check him out there. And Nemesis, promote yourself.
Hello, you beautiful beings. I'm Nemesis of Eden. I do all kinds of video game streams right now. Well, not as of late because of the job applications, but I've been providing a bunch of shorts that I can. So if you want to come on over, I'd love to have you in the chat. And thank you so much for having me on here, Gorilla, everyone on the panel. And happy belated birthday to Daniel's Hot Topics.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Happy belated birthday there, Daniel. And thank you for being on here. It's a lot of fun having you. It's nice to have you on the panel here again. Yeah. Thank you, Matt Arnold, for coming. He has his Matt chats, and he also has his occasional cover songs and 3D prints there. So make sure to check him out there. Mikey, promote yourself.
Okay, so Mikey Seuss 4 is just taking a brief hiatus in deference to both things that Suzanne and I have got to do stuff next month, so we're kind of taking a break beforehand. But also in deference to both brothers Jay and Larry, who are going through tough appointments this week, including Larry's big shoulder surgery, which is going on Thursday. So hopefully we have all prayers up for both those guys, both of our brothers. But yeah, during the week, we always do Monday through Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern. We have 4 different shows we cover: Red Dwarf, TOS, Get Smart Now, which was highly recommended by a lot of people in a recent poll I did last year, and of course the A-Team. And then on Saturdays, every other Saturday, we do one Star Trek fan film, and then the next Saturday we do a Star Wars fan film. And I want to say to Sifdan, he's been very helpful, and also Jay, for helping me out when I need somebody to co-host. And yeah, we fan films are great. I mean, and they're a lot better than some of the schlock that both franchises have been putting out lately. So yeah, check it out. And it's always at 1 p.m. Eastern, same time as we do during the week. So yeah.
All right, thank you. And thank you, Outlaw Bill, for coming. He has his Wednesdays and Saturday night karaoke, which is always a lot of fun. He has his Westerns and cinemas and his action theater watch parties are always a lot of fun there. So thank you, Ancient One, for coming. And thank you, Moira Kitty, for coming. Now, she's only been doing her bootleg theater, but I'm hoping she gets back to her news there because she always had more of the fucking news segments there. And she could spot some inaccuracies in the reporting and the different stuff they said in there. She's really good with that there. So thank you. And Cynthia, what do you got going on?
Alrighty, to all your panelists that know me and don't know me, and the chatters that may not know me. Sci-fi animation character of sci-fi TV shows or movies. I do my Dark Matter 2015 TV show watch parties on Wednesdays at 5:30 Pacific time with my co-host, usually if he's available for it. Usually he is. And I do my live streams usually on Saturdays between 2 and 4 p.m. Pacific time. I try to upload a new video on YouTube towards the end of the previous week or the beginning of next week. And I do share streams with Gorilla Sense of Thoughts and Resolute Germ if they will allow it. They usually do. They're nice guys about that. And I have a secondary channel called Both for Sorcerer Dan. On that one, I cover Japanese anime. And right now, we're doing the Overlord anime series. It's a good show. It's a dark fantasy one. If you like dark fantasy or Japanese anime in general, you could check it out. On that, I do the Overlord watch parties on Fridays, 8 o'clock Pacific time, usually after Gorilla Sense of Thoughts Walton streams, usually.
Yeah. And you do help me out, Sifdan, too, like I said, on the fan films we do on Saturday afternoons.
Yes, and I do help out my fellow community members if they ask for it. I try to help them out as much as possible. And for all of us here, every new Watchmen and Watch Hour encourages us to make more content for you guys, as well as helping make a few dollars off YouTube, such our day jobs. And I'll turn over to Gorilla's random thoughts before he falls asleep on us.
Hey, you fucking dead named me. You fucking dead named me. That's almost worthy of a ban right there. But anyhow, Thursday we'll have Firefly. We'll have reviewing the 15th episode of season 4 of the Waltons there, which is called The Search. I watched it already. Oh man, I'm looking forward to Friday there. And then Sunday, we should have City of Dreams. It's an Angel Studios production there. So
that's
thank everyone for coming. It's been a fun night. You can tell it's been a fun night because we stayed an hour longer than I was planning. So everyone have a good night and remember to be a gorilla.
We've been stopping